Welcome back. You're still watching Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Now let's tell you about Airtel Networks Limited, which is Airtel Nigeria, a leading mobile telecommunications company in Nigeria that made history on August the 5th, 2001 by becoming the first telecommunications service provider to launch commercial GSM services in Nigeria as Econet Nigeria at that time. It was awarded a digital mobile license for communication service in Nigeria.
Airtel Networks Limited is a leading telecommunication services provider with headquarters in Lagos, the commercial nerve center of Nigeria. The telco ranks amongst the top 3 mobile service providers in terms of subscribers, with a customer base of more than 50 million as at December 2020. Airtel Networks Limited is a subsidiary of Airtel Africa plc, a Pan-African telecommunications company with operations in 14 countries across Africa. Airtel Africa is driven by the vision of providing affordable and innovative mobile services to all, and it is supported in pursuing its vision by its largest shareholder, Bharati Airtel. Airtel Africa has over 110 million customers across its operations. Airtel Networks Limited is intensely interested and committed to supporting laudable causes through its corporate social investment initiatives in Nigeria, leveraging on its award-winning Touching Lives program, Adopt a School initiative, and employee volunteer scheme. It has invested both financial and material resources to assist many communities, as well as uplift underprivileged people across Nigeria.
Now let's hear more from the Group CEO and Managing Director of Airtel Africa plc, Mr. Segun Ogunsoya, on the company's activities. All right, so you have backed the CEO of the Year award not once, not twice. Congratulations on that one. What have you been doing differently, sir?
Let me start by thanking you for having me. I'm very pleased to be on your show. We do very few things. We do those few things very well. The first one I'm going to talk about is a very uncommon focus we have on customer, communities, and our shareholders. It's very clear. We just have a relentless focus on those 3 key stakeholders. Beyond that, I have been blessed with a great team and also a very supportive family. And I must confess, I give all the glory to God. God has been on our side all along.
So Airtel says it is positioned as an integral part of society, which must also be socially responsible in all its dealings. So tell me, what is Airtel's concept of corporate social responsibility?
It's a very simple concept that I have, and it's a moral burden that I also bear, that for any company to be a great company, you must be a very good company. And to be a good company, you must be very socially relevant. And what do I mean by being socially relevant? Recognize the various needs of your communities and respond to those needs in as much as you can. It also for anyone and for a company as well. And I generally believe that in a society where you have many vulnerable people, where you have the less fortunate people, those who are blessed, the very rich, they've got a very huge obligation to support the poor. The strong have huge obligation to support the weak. And that's what we do in Airtel. We believe we should use our successes, we should use our wealth to really create a community of people whereby no one is left behind. We're not going to change the old communities, but what we do is touching lives with our presence. And I really believe that anyone who is touched by our business should benefit from that association. That's what I share with all of my colleagues. It's in our DNA. We're not here just for making money. We're here for touching people's lives and creating value that is sustainable for the key stakeholders touched by our business.
So talking about Airtel Touching Lives, which you just mentioned, it's an initiative that uplifts disadvantaged members of the society, your own way of giving back to society and bringing smiles to faces of those in need. Now, is the impact and result achieved so far putting a smile on your own face as an organization? And talk about, the selection process, how all this is done.
You can see the smile on my face already. Anytime I talk about Airtel Touching Lives, I smile because it's something I really believe in. It's one of my legacies, and I can assure you my successor is going to build on this legacy. But see, there's a level of satisfaction you derive when you're doing something for somebody who can truly repay you. You're not trading, you're doing something good. And that's how we feel anytime we launch Airtel Touching Lives. Anytime we build a school, anytime we provide drinking water, anytime we pay for somebody's treatment, I mean, the feeling, I think we're even more blessed than the ones you're actually giving the support to. I remember when I went to some place, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, a particular family of four, husband and wife and two kids, and fire consumed the entire building, their house, lost, actually a family of five, lost three of their children. We went into that community, we rebuilt the house for this family. And when I went to commission the house, the joy on this family's face, after so much loss, after losing three of their children, I mean, I just can't forget that picture, what I saw on their faces. That is what is truly inspiring. When you support those people who really don't have anything to give to you, and when you see how you touch their lives, how you change their circumstances, it gives huge joy and satisfaction to me personally and to my colleagues in Airtel.
So in 2016, Airtel Nigeria was awarded the best company in reduction of inequality. What is geared towards achieving the SDG Goal 10 by Sarah Awards? Tell us what you did that got you that award.
It's one of the many awards we won, to be honest, and I can't recall what we've done specifically, but I can actually tell you what we do every day. We don't do this for the awards, by the way. It's just part of who we are. Like I said, it's in our DNA. So whether we win an award, we don't win an award, the award we won is what we get from our various communities. So back to what we do. Our support for the communities is anchored on three pillars. The first pillar is touching lives. So that's the big pillar. The second pillar is our employee volunteering scheme, whereby myself inclusive and my colleagues, we donated our time, money, no compulsion, to any cause that we deem appropriate. The third one is what I call Adopt a School program. We go to a school, a public school, in a deprived community, and we do a complete turnover of the school. We don't do this as a one-off thing. It's a continuing thing. We adopt the school. When you adopt a child, you adopt a child forever. So when they adopt a school, the school becomes ours forever. So we keep going back to the school. We keep equipping the teachers with skills. We keep renovating the schools, uniforms, everything to make a school look like a school. That's what we do. Not one-off, forever. That's what we are.
In 2011, you began that program called Adopt a School. You also initiated a partnership with the Ministry of Education to build and maintain schools where underprivileged children across the country will be provided free education, free books. How is that partnership and the program going as we speak?
The program, once again, is not something we do and we move on. We continue to support the school. So my colleagues who live in that community, they keep going back to that particular school to offer more support, whether in terms of buying uniforms, in terms of providing sanitary facilities for ladies in the school, whatever support they need, that's what we keep on doing. So it's something we keep doing. And I am so blessed to have the opportunity to support schools in various communities in Nigeria.
So something you said caught my attention. Airtel has a platform that offers staff an opportunity to directly participate in CSR programs. We don't see this happen in so many organizations. Walk us through how this actually works and how many lives you've been able to touch with this initiative.
It's something we do on a monthly basis. Once again, it's not compulsory. We don't mandate any amount. You just tell us how much money you want to put in the wallet, and that is checked off your monthly salary. And collectively, we decide what to do with the money. We've paid for treatment in India. We've paid for treatment in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Maiduguri. But this is entirely within the control of the employees. We choose what to support. No corporate intervention, completely funded by us, and we see the consequences. Most of the time, when we do the intervention and the outcomes are shared with everyone, you can see how excited we all become. I recollect a woman that's got a lump in her neck. We paid for the lump to be removed. I remember some woman with a daughter, I think the daughter was like 6 years old then, heart problems. We paid for the surgery to be done. She brought the kid back to me. I mean, so much joy you see when such things happen, when you're touching people's lives. It goes beyond business, honestly. Nothing can replace that joy when you touch somebody's life, especially somebody who truly cannot repay you with anything.
As part of your social investment programs in Nigeria, also, you partner with the Nigeria Police, which shows that you take matters of security seriously, especially in this climate that we are at the moment. What have you done to improve the aid of activities in that sector and, of course, helping security personnel also?
Normally, what we do is to provide either motor vehicles or connectivity. We donate telephone sets. We provide them a free connectivity so that when there's a problem, you know what numbers to use to reach them. And we make the calls or the connectivity free to the police. We've also refurbished a number of police stations. We take it on a need basis. Security is everybody's game. We must, for you to thrive, for you to prosper, you can only be in a very secure environment. So we believe we owe the police and every security agency an obligation to support them in whatever ways possible, beyond connectivity as well.
The organization was the first telecoms operator to launch commercial GSM services right here in Nigeria. That happened on August 5, 2001. I think I still remember. And I'm sure you've been promoting the culture of giving back since then. How do you intend to touch more lives as your business continues to exist?
As I speak now, we've selected a number of schools we're going to support this financial year. And very soon we're going to move into those schools. We're also going back to the schools we've supported in the past to give them some uplifting. We couldn't move around last year because of restrictions around COVID. But more or less, I mean, we're blessed that those restrictions have been lifted in some parts of the country. So we're going to go back to those communities and see what we need to do to uplift those schools. But we also have a number of new schools we will go in and completely renovate this financial year. Although we listed 2 exchanges, London and Lagos, we're still in our core a very entrepreneurial business. We get stuff done. It separates us from so many other businesses. We talk about big ideas, but we have entrepreneurship in our DNA. We focus on creating value for our customers, for our communities, and for our shareholders. Everybody talks about those things, by the way, but the difference between us and what they talk is what we do. We walk the talk, and we see the gains almost immediately. I mean, you recollect where we were about 10, 11 years ago, multiple name changes. We've gone beyond those multiple name changes now.
So a lot of people won't forgive me if I conclude this interview without talking about your television commercials, which have actually won Airtel Nigeria several awards. How do you even sustain creating these very interesting and hilarious commercials?
You know, we're a country of stories, very rich in culture. The culture in the South, different from the culture in the North, in the West. We tap into those stories, into those rich heritage, and create stories that Nigerians can identify with. I mean, it's just who we are. And I'm so glad that Nigerians love those commercials. They love the stories we tell. We're going to continue to tell those stories and create an opportunity for many more people to bond with the greatest telco brand in Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. And that's where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Kaleidoscope. Thank you so much for watching as we encourage organizations to continue to do more to add value to society. I'll see you soon. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Stay safe.